This is BNN, the Bloviation Nation Network.
So Monotino will move against you first. He'll start a conversation that's supposed to captivate you. And in that conversation, you'll be bored to death. I'm gonna start drinking now.
It's good for you, Pop.
I don't know. This Dullards Club thing, are you happy with it?
Yeah, Pop. Very happy.
That's good. Because a man who doesn't know he's a dullard will go through life thinking he's interesting and knowledgeable, and he'll just go around boring and disappointing everyone he meets. I hope you don't mind me going on and on about this Dullards Club business.
No, not at all.
It's an old habit. I spend my life trying not to be interesting. Young, active people can be interesting, but not dullards. So, how is it working with Pasquale on the podcast?
It's great, Pop. He's dumber than me. He sits around all day reading his Facebook feed and watching YouTube videos.
YouTube. You know, I never wanted this for you, Donato. I worked my whole life, I don't apologize, taking care of the Dullardo family, and I refuse to be a fool pretending to know about important facts, trying to be like all those blowhards and gas bags. I knew young Pasquale would be a bad dullard. And Fredo, but I thought when it was your time that you would be the one to hold the strings. Senator Dullardo, Major Domo Dullardo, something. There wasn't enough time, Donato. There just wasn't enough time.
We'll get there, Pop.
Did you check the subscriber list?
You already asked about this. It's still small.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What's wrong, Pop? Whatever it is, I'll handle it.
Well, I hope you know this. Whoever came to you with the brilliant idea of producing an ongoing podcast with bits and conversation and odd observations, he's crazy. Don't forget that.
Hey, Don, you know what time it is?
It's not howdy doody time, but it's something like that.
We don't really know what time it is because we don't know when you listen to this.
That's
but
right.
we do know what day it is. It's recording day.
It's a nice generic way to put it, yes.
Which is also something that you have no knowledge of because you don't know when we record. But
we're telling you.
We are telling you that we're doing it. And if you can't tell that by now, it is time for this meeting of the Dullards Club for Men and Women to come to order, or some level of order. Welcome to the show and to the club meeting.
I may have mentioned that I messed up my back somehow, so I've started physical therapy. This first couple of weeks is pool therapy. I've never done it before. Anyway, in the course of the session...
Is that like 9-ball or?
No. Yeah. Swimming pool.
I get it. Okay.
I said, two things. I'm happy to try it, but I can't swim. She goes, that's all right. It's only 4 feet. I can deal with that as long as my feet are on the ground. And, is it heated? Oh, yeah, it's heated. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so we're wrapping up the session. And one of the exercises was for, getting your hips, moving your leg one way and then the other way. And she said something that I don't think I've ever heard. Well, I know I've never heard it asked of me. And it generated a spontaneous guffaw. And I couldn't stop laughing for about 2 minutes. And I don't know if she felt bad or not, because I had to ask her to repeat it because I wasn't sure I heard what she said. She said, are those your original hips? And I said, excuse me? She goes, are those your original hips? And I just lost it. because it took me a minute to realize it could well be that many people doing this are doing physical therapy as a way of recovering from hip surgery or replacement.
I know way too many people who have gone through that process.
It's a valid question. And I think her reaction was laughing at me laughing at the question, thankfully. Anyway, go on. You're next.
Well, I was just, again, it's a total non sequitur here. The other day, we were sitting outside and my wife said, I need to order something, that's a code for, I'm going on Amazon, expect a bill. And I was struck by the fact that they have, as part of their evaluation of an item, they have, one of the things that they tell you is, this is a frequently returned item.
I've noticed that.
Which kind of, it bothers me a little bit because it's kind of like saying, we're selling you crap. You should know that up front, but we're still going to try to sell it to you.
Why is it frequently returned? They never really explained that.
Hey, while we're on an Amazon rant,
yes,
and let me say this as an aside, that if you want to listen to the Dullards Club and you're close to an Alexa type device, you can just say, Alexa, play the Dullards Club podcast, and unfortunately, it will come up. But that's my aside. But actually, just in keeping with the Alexa discussion, I'm always getting suggestions saying, based on your order history, it should be time for you to reorder. In this day, it's like coffee. We order coffee and we get it this way. Do you think we should put it into your cart? And I always have to say no because I don't drink as much coffee as she thinks that I should, apparently. But I think it's gotten out of control. I mean, I think that it's getting to the point where it's, based on your tendency to go along with anything that I say, it must be time for you to order something. I mean, she's just very, I think that's pushy.
Hey, I saw a news report last week that there was a report in some local town of a peeping Tom. And I'm saying, man, I can't remember the last time I heard that phrase. Don't you think it's about time for a new name for a peeping Tom? I mean, now it's like, it's not quite sexual assault, but it's borderline, it's certainly creepy, and peeping Tom almost sounds innocent.
It does sound innocent only because no one is named Tom anymore. Now they're all peeping Justin or peeping Joshua, or maybe they really need to update
peeping
that.
Brad.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is weird, but I come to think of it now, I don't remember the last time I heard a news story about that. Usually it's somebody falling out of a tree or something. I mean, I'm thinking back to a scene in Back to the Future.
He's a peeping Tom.
We probably should take a break because we maybe have exhausted this level of content that we've got here. I got a note the other day that asked me if I was too old to learn the piano, and all I had to do was take a quiz to find out. So I took the quiz. I'm too old. It said you are too old.
Well, we agree with you this time. You're too old. Forget it.
Rap.
Well, are you dizzy yet? You will be by the time we get done with circling the drain. A question that always comes up: is it a jelly, or a jam, or a preserve, or a marmalade, or I don't know what other terms do they use for the stuff that you spread on your English muffins or your toast or whatever?
The bottom or the top? Oh yeah, never mind. The jelly, I think jam and preserves, I get a little muddy. Jelly, I think, is distinctly a jelly. It's pectin based, whatever. Whereas a preserve or a jam actually feels like it has real fruit in there.
How about a chutney?
A chutney, is that the style, or is that based on the fruit used?
I really don't know. I'm asking the question because these are just terms that I hear thrown around. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll find them either on a shelf in the pantry or in the refrigerator, and I don't know what I'm putting on there. I'm assuming they're all sweet. And speaking of sweet, there's another one that you may or may not have heard of. It's called the Sweetmeat. And don't ask me to identify what that might be.
It's not the same as Sweetbreads, which are meat.
There's a meat of some sort. Yes, spongy, more of a spongy meat.
I never understood why sweetbreads were called sweetbreads when there's no bread in it, as far as I knew.
I mean, anybody with half a brain would say that that's not what you call it. But
yeah, well, that's the only way they could sell it, probably. Speaking of weird foods, I saw somebody commenting on a jar of goober peanut butter and jelly mixed together. Do you remember that stuff?
Sure, yeah.
But you know what that triggers? Like, yeah, we tried it and just dismissed it out of hand. But you know what we tried and bought more than once? Do you remember peanut butter with smoky crisps?
No.
Oh, it was peanut butter, but it had little bacos, basically bacon bits mixed in with it. But it was like, it was really, come on, peanut butter and bacon. That's a good combo.
Isn't that the stuff they put in dog food? Or
that's bacon flavored.
Oh,
these were really bacon. These were, I don't know.
So they tell
bacon.
you.
It was bacos, which are some sort of kind of thing anyway.
That was the story that they gave you, right?
Yes, exactly. That was the story. Hey, I was on my forum the other day, and somebody mentioned, I thought this was perfect for our show, and in fact, I asked them if I could use it and attribute it to it. So Vision 63 brought up, in so many Gunsmoke and other Western episodes, there's always guys just hammering away, meticulously building gallows for a 2-minute hanging.
Yeah.
Fresh lumber, fresh nails. You'd think that they would, because they know they're having it so frequently, they would have like a portable gallows. They wheel it out, they bring it back in. Why do they have to make a new set each time they hang somebody?
That's true. I mean, don't they know they're in the Old West? I mean, there should be a sign. You're in the Old West, expect the gallows.
Yeah, right alongside the pine boxes the guy has in front of the... Anyway, we may have circled.
I think we are getting very close. We're getting very close, which means that it's time for us to say goodbye or good day.
Have we decided?
This meeting of the Dullards Club for Men and Women Too is hereby adjourned. And just remember this one thing that I saw from Match.com. I don't know why I'm getting these things. I am.
I don't know why you went there, but okay.
I am not in the market. But no, it came up on my feed, and the ad said, "Meet the one you haven't met yet. Are you ready to meet someone new?" And I thought, boy, that's prescient. There are one or two people that I have not met yet.
I'd like to meet somebody I've already met. Thank you.
Well, if you watch our next episode, you will meet two people that you've already met. But with that being said, have a great week. And so I might as well just get down to it here. Please remember, stay dull.